Hi guys, welcome back to if Naruto and Sasuke fused and went back in time. Now last time it was just what if Naruto and Sasuke fused, but this time they're adults and they somehow traveled back in time with the time stone because Saruto is glitching in the future. And we'll start off where Sakura and Saruto go to Training Ground 7. And they see their past selves, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, and Kakashi from the past, all training. And that's whenever they're just on a branch. And Saruto immediately points out, we're not fused, and it's past the tuning exams. Sakura, what should we do? Should we go down there? I think we should just go down there and tell them what happened. That's when Kakashi immediately throws a kunai, and that's whenever they immediately start battling. They immediately start going kunai to kunai, yeah, and then immediately Saruto shouts out, "Fire style! Fireball Jitsu!" That's whenever Sasuke immediately does the same. And that's whenever Saruto immediately does water style, water dragon jutsu, and puts out the fire. And that's whenever Naruto does 100 shadow clones and does their Sangan. And that's whenever Saruto immediately uses Rasen Chidori. That's the name for their jutsus combined. And so basically, Kakashi immediately says, "Tell me exactly, who are you?" And Sakura from the future just immediately says, "Well, how do I explain this to you? We're not from your time, but we're from a few years straight into the future." And that's whenever Saruto immediately he just says, "Actually, we are y'all from the future." Sakura immediately says, "Cha!" And, and Sasuke and Naruto just immediately shout out, "Hey, where are we from the future?" That's what I was about to say, Naruto. And that's whenever Saruto immediately says, "It's me!" And that's whenever everyone's faces just are like, "What?" And one voice shouts out Naruto, the other one shouts out Sasuke. And that's whenever they're immediately just like, "What?" Kakashi immediately says, "What is this? What is going on? Is he Naruto or Sasuke? Which one?" And Sakura immediately points out that's both of them. "Well, you see, the two of them were fused by Orochimaru during the Chunin exams, and now the two of them are one. So you're saying that I have to share a body with that teen, and I have to share a body with that idiot. Hey, Sasuke, that's not my name, and that's not my name either, loser. Teen!" And Naruto and Sasuke are just getting angry at each other. That's whenever Saruto immediately actually laughs for the first time in years. "What's so funny? It's just been so long since I've seen something like this that I actually have forgotten what it's like to be unfused." And that was whenever the two of them are like, "What? What do you mean unfused?" "You should know how we're not fused right now in the past, which we're talking about y'all." "Yeah, what about it?" "Isn't it obvious, Dobe, that he's stating that both of us are one in the future?" "I don't want to share a body with you, nor do I." Actually, the two of y'all will regret saying that, Sakura points out from the future. No way! Sasuke never will share a body with that idiot, never! Hey, Sakura! And that was whenever where they immediately state that they're going to meet up with everybody else here, and they'll be here any minute now. And that's whenever Kiba's team immediately gets to their location, and they see themselves training, and Akamaru from the future immediately bursts onto Kiba. Whoa! Who's this guy? Wait a second. That's Akamaru's smell. Akamaru, that you, bud? Wow! Then Akamaru from the past immediately barks. What? What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Kiba immediately heard a voice, and he immediately says, Hey, why do you have my sense of smell? I'll tell you why I have your sense of smell, because I am you from the future. Really? That's so cool. From the future. How do we know you can trust in y'all? You're always so negative about everything. For once in a lifetime, can you be happy at least? I am happy, Sheena pointed out. And he not immediately asks, So if you're us from the future, then does that mean everybody else are here? Yeah, everybody's here. And including Saruto. He's good, right, bud? Rawr! And that's whenever Akiba just burst out, Who's Saruto? Well, you see, Naruto and Sasuke don't exist in the future. They're not dead or anything like that. But the two of them so happen to fuse. Really? That's so cool. Right, bud? Rawr! And Kiba from the past just immediately bursts out to So, what did the two of them act like together? Well, pretty serious. Sometimes they can make a joke at the wrong time, but it still is pretty funny. I'm guessing that came from Naruto's off. Actually, I'd say pretty much Naruto's wisened out. And so that's whenever it came to Ino's team, they just already were coming back. Same with my guy's team. And that's whenever they immediately see Saruto. And they're just like, Who's that? And Saruto immediately just says the same thing. It's me! Naruto! Sasuke! What? And they just immediately tell the whole story how they were fused. Everybody's shocked. And that was whenever Tsunade and Jiraiya immediately show up. And Jiraiya immediately asks what's going on, and Saruto tells the whole entire backstory. And that's whenever he's just all like, alright. And so Tsunade and Jiraiya just immediately test out Saruto and Sakura. Tsunade and Sakura just immediately start running toward each other. Sakura from the future, not the past. They let out a big, mighty cha, and the ground just immediately breaks, and everybody's just shocked. And Naruto just immediately says, I'm never going to get Sakura angry ever again. And Kiba says, Yeah, no joke. They immediately turn looking at Sakura. Yeah. And that's whenever Rakamaru immediately just goes, Rah! What is it, bud? You're stating Saruto has so much chakra in him? Well, I mean, technically, if you want to call me and Sasuke Saruto in the future, then I guess you can do that. Saruto immediately looks at Naruto, and he's just all like, yeah, whatever. And that's whenever Jiraiya immediately just forms a giant big ball Rasengan, which Saruto summons at like 100,000 clones, and they immediately get into Sage mode, and that's whenever Jiraiya is shocked, and they immediately just form the giant Big Ball Rasengans, and it will almost obliterate Jiraiya. And Jiraiya's just like out of breath, like that's a lot of power. Everybody just shocked. The ground immediately breaks. Trees are broken. And Kakashi, Tsunade, everybody's just shocked. Like, thinking, not even the fourth Hokage could do that. And that's whenever Naruto and Sasuke just are like, well, I guess the two of us would make a great team. Yeah, no joke. Idiot. Loser. Dope. Teen. Naruto, Sasuke. And then Saruto immediately gets between his past selves just to like stop you two. And the two of them just listen to their future self. And Sakura asks, so, what's it like to be inside one body? Saruto immediately points out it's not so bad once you get the hang of it. And that's whenever Shikamaru's like, what a drag. And then Ino's just like, well, at least the two of them are getting along. What did you just say? Naruto immediately points out. And that's whenever they soon go looking for the time stone. And that's whenever they soon just find it, and they get one shot to go into the future. And that was whenever Saruto immediately points out that first they have to fuse Sasuke and Naruto from the past in order to be able to go back to the future. And that's whenever he immediately puts on the Petahara earrings on the two of them, and they immediately fuse together. Everybody from the past is just shocked. And that's whenever they just immediately like tell everything that they should do, and they return to the future by using the time stone, wave their goodbyes. And that was whenever Saruto soon became Hokage afterward, and that's whenever they lived a happily ever after. And that is whenever they're just all like, well, now we know what we need to do in the past if we're gonna fix the future. Ha ha, very funny. So that's it for what if Naruto and Sasuke fused and went back in time. Like and subscribe, spread word. Do me a favor with that. Goodbye.